Hello everybody, it's me, the Storyteller. So, today I'm coming back and I'm doing a video. Now, this isn't a debunking video. This isn't me coming at Classic Man D. This is me more or less wanting to expand the feats and the knowledge about these two characters from G.I. Joe. Because when I had watched his video about Daredevil and the Punisher versus Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, he gave it to Daredevil and the Punisher. But it kind of also felt like there was not enough talked about with Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. So today I'm just going through the feats of these characters. Again, this is not a debunking video. This is not me coming after Classic Man D because he's like not reading the comics or whatever or something like that. This is just me wanting to expand the knowledge of what these characters can do, because I myself didn't really know what they could do, but I do know that Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow are very skilled ninjas to the point where they themselves can actually fight like robots, but I didn't know how strong they were until I actually got around to looking at their feats. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the feats that they both share, and then just kind of drift apart as I go. First off, both Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow shown that they can deflect bullets with their katanas. Both have shown that they can take on big groups of ninjas. Both have shown that they can take down groups of gunmen. Both have shown that they can dodge gunfire as well as throw weapons at the gunmen. Both have been shown to know a technique that breaks mind control. Both know a technique that slows their heart down to the point where it makes it look like that they're dead. They can counter each other's blitz, and they're somewhat relative to each other in fighting capabilities. Though I do think Snake Eyes is a bit stronger than Storm Shadow, and you're gonna see why. So first off, let's start with the Man in Black. Snake Eyes has been shown that he can survive massive burns to the face and continue to do the mission. He took burning coals to the face. When he was training with the Arashikage, he plunged his hand into molten lead and left it in there for quite a while. He took a hit from Firefly, who was wearing an exosuit at the time, and this said exosuit was able to carry a large piece of concrete. During a crossover with Street Fighter and G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes took on Sea Viper. This is the same Sea Viper that was able to stagger Ryu, as well as stun Cammy and send her across the island that they were fighting on. Now let's move on to fighting capabilities. Now, I've shown this panel before, but I want to show it again because in this panel, you can see that Snake Eyes was able to chop a Cobra bot's head off with his bare hands. And another time, he was able to run and catch up to a criminal on a bike. He was also able to blitz a small group of Cobra soldiers, cutting their guns in half, as well as taking out Firefly. In another instance, him and Firefly were able to dodge multiple gunfire and then appear behind the gunmen and take them out quickly. Another time, he was able to blitz a group of gunmen and was able to dodge their gunfire, especially gunfire from a machine gun. When Scarlet had joined Cobra as a double agent, Snake Eyes had stabbed her in a way where she wouldn't bleed out and he wouldn't hit any vital organs. Snake Eyes knows how to use the Arashikage death touch technique, but in a way where he doesn't actually kill anybody, and it just knocks them out. In another instance where someone had Snake Eyes point blank, he managed to push their gun out the way before they can fire, and knock them out by using a nerve strike. When Snake Eyes was wandering the street and a couple of thugs tried to threaten Snake Eyes, he managed to throw a grown man with complete ease. Snake Eyes is also strong enough to cut and kill Ravager and Laserbeak, two of Soundwave's companions. Snake Eyes has also been shown to resist mind control. Snake Eyes' marksmanship skills are so good that he can throw his katana and take out a driver driving a truck. And Snake Eyes, with his own mind control technique, was able to mind control a Decepticon, causing him to turn on his allies. Let me repeat myself. This dude mind controlled a robot and made it shoot on its own allies. Now let's head on to stealth as well as senses. Now, Snake Eyes can somehow step on sand and not leave a footprint. One time when Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow was fighting this weird Terminator thing, Snake Eyes had sensed Storm Shadow was sweating and managed to stop the sweat from hitting the floor. Not only that, they were able to go around the robot, hitting a couple of buttons, and they were able to destroy said robot. Snake Eyes is also fast and stealthy enough to vanish from someone's sight. Snake Eyes was also able to sense ninjas in the floorboards, as well as he was able to sense a Cobra bot behind a wooden door. Another time he was able to sense poison falling off an arrow tip from a red ninja. In the famous Silent issue, Snake Eyes was able to sense a red ninja who was trying to get the drop on him, and he was able to sense two ninjas behind a curtain that tried to stab him through the said curtain. And Snake Eyes is also stealthy enough that he himself alone can spy as well as break into an enemy base. And finally, Snake Eyes is the very few humans outside of his own publication that can go toe-to-toe with Batman and stalemate with him every single time. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I was going to make it a lot longer because I was also going to talk about Storm Shadow, but I'm just going to save that for another video. I'm going to save that for a part 2. So if you guys like this video, like, share, and everything. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.